This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and this is the scene at sold-out Everbank Stadium in downtown Jacksonville. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Lisa 24.
They'll start on the ground with Benson. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Now Lawrence. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat, like the guys in the automatic circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
Open man here is Benson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. .43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11.
Here's Burrow. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Now it's Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Barber. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that.
Here we go.
Excellent run after the catch.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Burrow will throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. In motion right comes Reed. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Hey, Jupiter. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now Lawrence to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey. Hey, kill. Red.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Lawrence going to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 26.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. It'll be a gain of 5, and they're going to have a 3rd down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Caught on the right side, Reed. And no sidestepping that hit. He's going to be brought down hard, and it also sets up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Second and 7. They go back to the ground. This time, Barber. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now Burrow. Pass taken in. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
The start of this game.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll check this one down to Barber. Room to maneuver at the 35 and down to the 29-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
11.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. This will be dumped off to Barber. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
He'll find Barber out of the backfield. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Barber is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From 3 yards out, and the Bengals have taken the lead here in this AFC title game. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Fielded at about the 28. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The Bengals drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 9. Now it's Burrow. Throwing middle, and it's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Burrow looking to pass. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Taking a shot for Dell here. This is intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
He finds his man, complete. It's Benson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the 1st down.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
A give up the middle with Benson. A strong running. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Throwing on second and long. Lawrence out to his left. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 28. The third down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. In motion right goes Reed. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Jaden Reed, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, the head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
On one, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you've got to run fast. Of course, you've got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness is a premium for all of that now.
And he's got a Bengals first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Here we go.
Play action. It's Burrow. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play.
On one, ready? Here we go, here we go. 12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11 MT, 11 MT.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Here we go. Here we go.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow setting up the screen here. It's Barber. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that cloth's going to be on the ground.
11.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. From 13 yards out. And the Bengals have moved out in front. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Let's go.
And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Here we go.
They go play action now. Lawrence. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Hey, easy. Route. Easy. Silver.
Now Lawrence. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he is going to lose yardage here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Piece of 24. 11, add that.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Red on red.
It's a throw again is Lawrence. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Reed. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Now Lawrence. Open man, here's Benson. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2 yards to go, second down.
Hey, go, 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 go.
On play action, Lawrence steps away. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. David Ajabo in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They've got the lead. It's the second half. All those weeks of wear and tear in your body just go away. He's running with purpose now, and that's a heck of a run.
11 MT tank. 11 MT tank.
They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Up the middle they go with Barber. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Here we go, here we go.
The tight end in motion right. They go play action with Burrow. Got a man open, it's Chase. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Back to the running game with Barber. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Sanders now to add the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Bengals are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
11, Thomas.
They'll start on the ground with Barber. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Burrow will throw. This will be dumped off to Barber. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That is incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Now a 2nd and 10.
11, Thomas. 11.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Here we go. 11. 11 mighty.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Here we go. 11. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. 11 Thomas.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10. Right at the 30. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Lawrence will throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Benson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone.
Here we go.
And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Wide open receiver, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Chase now on the jet sweep. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A give left side for Benson. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Here's Lawrence to throw. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jaden Reed. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on second down.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Oh, the motion comes too late, and this is going to be a delay. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
On one, ready? Here we go. 12, 12, 12.
In motion comes the tight end left. Now it's Burrow. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. A gain there of 21 yards.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
12, 12, 12.
Now it's Burrow. That is caught. Dances by him. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
11, 11, 11, 11.
Burrow looking to pass. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
12, 12, 12.
Here's Barber, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Lawrence. On the move. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. David Ajabo able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And my goodness, another interception. And the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here comes Barber. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Barber. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Here we go, here we go.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Just set.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. The kick by Sanders is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he slings one that's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Lawrence going to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Red 23. Here we go.
Now Lawrence. Man open is Robinson. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 26. Give them 18 on the play. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Rolling to his right. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And now here is another interception. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Gun. Stop. Stop.
And they take a knee.
Here we go. Stop.
And they will take a knee here.
Here we go. Here we go.
And with this win and an AFC championship, they have reached the most hallowed ground in all of sports.